Hi there, this is DeneenTB, your faith-based business strategist and clarity coach. Today, this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about being consistent on social media because we all know that if you are not on social media for your business, then you do not exist. And make sure to stay with me till the end. I'm going to show you a very special tool that I use for getting my content out there, ready to go, stress-free. So, thanks for being here with me. Oh, hi. I'm here live today. If you have come in live for me, I would love for you to say hi. Let me know that you're here. I am coming to you every Tuesday now at 9 a.m. Eastern Time here in the United States to give you just a little bit of faith and business because we're always trying to connect it. So let's start today. So let's think about this: peanut butter and jelly, ham and eggs, Batman and Robin. You've probably heard of these famous pairs, right? And here's one that you need for your business. It's called content and marketing. They are a pair. So let's face it, I already said, if you're not on social media for your business, then you're not really existing for anyone. The most questions that I get asked from my clients, from my colleagues, from those struggling to get their business noticed on social media are things like, well, what platform should I be on? Do I have to be on all of them? So, can you say Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, just to name a few? Other questions are, well, how do I know what to post each day? Where do I get those amazing photos? And how do I have time to do all of this plus run my business? Are these some of your questions? Well, I hope to answer the biggest question here today, and that is, how do I create content consistently? Oh, look at that alliteration there, right? Create content consistently that will attract my ideal clients in a way that won't have me going crazy. So, I think I better back up a little bit. And I want to tell you why I might be the person to be giving this strategy. I know many of you see this white hair and you say, that lady doesn't, how does she know this stuff? Well, I want to tell you that it all began with Facebook because my daughter, my oldest daughter, turned 15 the same year that Facebook came out, was released. So guess what? Mom had to learn it too, right? I had to learn everything about the platform so I could make sure that it was okay for her. And then as other platforms came into being, I jumped on a lot of them really quickly. I call myself an early adopter. And I've tried a lot of them. Have tried Periscope. Of course, I'm over here on YouTube now, right? I tried Snapchat and I've tried a few more as well. I think what the strength is that I bring to anything that I try is I take that education background, I absorb it. I love learning. I want to understand it. I want to change it up to be like what I want to push out, and then I can teach it. So for my business, I've really honed these skills so that I can help you make those decisions that you need to make for your business. So you might say, well, why should I follow your plan, Deneen? Well, I have been using my content, and I'm leaning over here because this is where my notebook is that I'm going to show you in a little bit. I've been using my content plan, my editorial calendar for years now. And you know what? I don't stress about what I'm going to put or post next. In fact, I planned out months in advance. For 2020, I was already ready with my monthly themes and weekly topics in October of 2019. And I'll be showing you my actual calendar a little bit later and going through the steps of how you can do that too. Today, though, I hope to outline this plan so that it makes sense for you, that you can work it in your day to day so you can be more consistent because God wants you to show up to tell your message, the message He's given you, the business that He's given you in a way so that people know that you're serious to glorify Him. It's great to get a lot of ideas and have following a lot of people, but if you actually can't implement what you want to do, then all that work is going to be useless. So, I don't know if you know, but content creation is super important to your business. Why? Well, let's start with the definition of content creation. Okay, so I have it written here. It says content creation is the process of generating topic ideas that appeal to your ideal client. It creates written and visual content around those ideas and makes that information accessible to your audience. Content informs, answers questions, entertains, guides decisions, makes us smile, and more. Content helps attract, engage, and delight your prospects and clients. It helps to bring new visitors to your website and ultimately generate business for you. Wow, that's a lot. Content can do so much. So, let's look at how can you be more consistent in your content creation? How can you not wake up every day and say, "Oh, what am I going to put on social media today?" And how can it make sense for your ideal client, for those people that you're trying to reach out to? And how can you be motivated to actually create it in a way that is stress-free? Well, today I have 4 key areas that I'm going to talk about. And the number 4 area is actually showing you a step-by-step process. So if you're here, if you like what I'm saying, if you're on the replay, make sure to give me some thumbs up. Make sure to put in the comments that you're understanding, that you're tracking with me. Say yes, all of those wonderful things. So the first thing we need of our 4 things is that you need to know your ideal client. I know, I feel like I say this over and over again, but before you can create one post of content, you need to know who you are writing it for. And there's a secret here. The secret is that nobody cares about you. They care about WIFT, what's in it for them. Good morning, Cassandra. I'm glad you're here. WIFT, what's in it for them? So, the key to creating successful content is to make each reader, each person that experiences, feel like you're speaking directly to them. So, that's why you need to know your ideal client. You need to know them as well as you know an old friend. You should be aware of their obstacles, their pain points, their challenges, and their fears. And you also need to go on the other side of that, and you should understand their best possible outcome, their dream solution, their biggest fantasies, right? Always remember that we use the big word marketing, but you're really talking to humans and they want to feel connected. And you, by staying more consistent, stay more connected when you know exactly what you're talking, who you're talking to each day, and what you want to tell them. Now, I have many exercises that can help you decide who your ideal client is. Who is it you really, really want to serve? In the description, I will put the biblical mentor model courses that answer that question. Who do I serve? It's exercises for you. You can look under Lydia, who's our biblical mentor, there for that information. And I will put that in the description after. The second thing we have to do is we really have to decide to be consistent by the way that you're showing up. You have to make that decision. So, but it's by the way you're showing up. So there's 3 ways you can show up. You have to show There's 3 things. You have to show up consistently, which is what we're really honing in on today. You have to show up in engagement, yourself and getting theirs. And you have to show up in variety of ways. You have to make this decision. So consistency, of course, means that you're showing up on a regular basis. Now, this is different for different platforms. Sometimes it's several times a day, maybe once a day, once a week, a few times a week. But it has to be consistent. Whenever you say you're going to be there, be there. Engagement includes your own likes, your own comments, your own shares, as well as getting them from the people that you're trying to attract from your tribe, right? So now I guarantee if you're showing up and you're connecting with others on any platform, you are going to show up in their feed. Okay, so if you're what you're doing is going to reflect back to you as well. And then, of course, we need variety. That means that you don't put the same post exactly the same across all your platforms. A version of the same thought is what's needed here. And it also means changing up the format from time to time. Deciding and then following through on that decision is very powerful. If you need help with creating habits based on your decisions, you can look under Rahab. in the Biblical Mentor Model courses on my website. Again, DeneenTB.com, and I'll put that in the description after we get finished here. You can look under Rahab. She happens to be my biblical mentor when I took my quiz. So I really love her because she's the planner. The third thing you need to know, the third key to staying consistent is really knowing what it is you want your ideal client to know about you and your business. Why are you the expert that they should follow? So, content is about what you want to tell your audience. And it also is about three things. So your content can do a few things. It can teach them about you. It can teach them about your solution to your problem. Your potential clients can only get to know you, though, if you are showing up authentically as your authentic self and talking about their problems, the pain points, and your solution. Now, I want you to know that not everyone's going to resonate with you, and that is okay. But they will but what they'll see is you consistently showing up and doing what you say you're going to do, and that's going to make an impression because some people need more time, right? The second thing you want to do is you want to inspire people. You want to inspire them to grow, inspire them to be better than they are right now. So your content also has to have an air of inspiration to it. Now, these are different types of postings, right? That helps with the variety. Remember, we talked about variety. Your clients get to know you better because you are creating those heartfelt messages that give them hope that their life can be better too, because you understand and you get them. The third thing that your content can do is entertain them. Now, I always like to say edutain them, educate and entertain at the same time. But we have to make our posts fun and exciting. We can't always have long script, long form posts, or they're going to get bored of reading all of that, right? We have to have that variety. We have to give them a reason to come back to your content. We have to make it fresh. So if you believe in making it fresh, go ahead and put that in the comments that it has to be fresh. It has to be new. It has to be a variety of things, not just the same old, same old. We have so many different ways to do that now. We have posting, we have blogging, we have video, we have all kinds of ways to make it fresh. So if you believe in that, put fresh in the comments below. Okay. So I promised that there are four, right? There are four things we need to do, four key strategies to stay consistent. Know who you're talking to. Make the decision to just show up, right? And get in the habit of doing that and know exactly what you want to say. So the fourth one is about really setting up this content, creating this content in a no hassle zone. No hassle zone. Thanks, Connie. I thank you so much that you're here. It has to be a no hassle zone. So I told you I was going to show you exactly what I do. Now, I have a few questions for you. So if you want to jot these down, I would say do that, or go back later and look at these. I want you to think about what we just talked about with what you want your ideal client to know. Okay. Now remember, they always need to know what's in it for them, right? We can talk about calls to action, and we're not going to talk about that today, but we always want something where they're going to react to it, right? So we still want to get you in there, but we also need to do it in a way that lets them know what's in it for them. So what do your ideal clients, what do your prospects need to know about your product or service? What do they need to know about the solution that you offer? Because it is unique, right? What do they need to know about you? What will make them attracted to you? What is that personality? What is that authenticity that you bring? And what sets you apart from others who may be doing and offering the same thing as you in your industry? That is what we need to say. We need to put it out there. We need to show your expertise and how you are original and unique, right? So this is where we're going to get very practical. So the first thing you need to write down, and this is what is in my editorial calendar, okay? Now, I have an analog. Doesn't mean that you have to do it analog way. You can create a spreadsheet. You can do it digitally, okay? I'm slowly going into spreadsheets, but for right now, I love just sitting with God in the morning and saying, okay, let's take a few minutes to just analyze this, right? And to put it down. So write down 12 big themes that are specific to you and your business. Big themes, overarching themes. Then take each one of those themes and break them down into 4 or 5 topics. Now, this is for me, 12 themes is one, every month is a theme. 4 to 5 topics is each topic gets a week. Some weeks, and some months have 5 weeks. Couldn't get that out. Remember, each of your postings is actually a micro topic of your larger topic that comes from your bigger theme. And guess what? You can rinse and repeat these every year because no one's going to remember. Plus, you'll have new people in front of you, right? So, not exactly the same thing, but the same themes, topics, and your micros can come and be a little different because you're going to be in a new space. You're going to have new information, right? So, let me give you an example. Would that help? Give you an example? Yeah, thumbs up. Okay, so let me give you an example. One of my themes is focus, helping you get focused. So that's my big theme. I can spend a whole month on teaching you ways to get focused, right? And why it's important and good for you and part of personal mastery and all of those things. Some of the topics, now I'm not going to tell you all my topics, but I'm going to give you 3 topics. Some of my topics are prioritizing your day with my RRR strategy, my Super 8-day strategy, and time blocking. Okay, so those are 3 topics under it. And I can go on with topics. So I never run out of things to say, right? So what happens with my post? So I'm going to take one of those topics, which is I'm going to take time blocking. My micro post would be something like your brain, what happens to your brain when you take a 50-minute hour and how it helps it. Or it could be something micro, as in scheduling God first, right? So those are the things. Those are the things. The editorial calendar. This is what I do every single day. I go in and like I told you, I'm going to show you February. I have a place to put my theme for the month. I have a place to write out all of my topics. I have what I'm going to do in my IG stories. LinkedIn has specific things I do. My groups and my business page on Facebook. So I start with my theme for the week. I start at my business page of Facebook. I go to my groups and ask questions. I use the theme on LinkedIn to specifically do things. And this is where I write out not exactly what those micro posts are, but I can write out basically what I'm going to talk about. This is what I take, and I could sit for 15 minutes and get a whole week finished of what I'm going to do and what I'm going to say, because each of those micro topics builds on one to another. And that's what's really awesome about it, is that you're teaching, you're educating, you're inspiring throughout the week with the same topic. Is this making sense to you? Say yes in the comments if it's making sense to you. Again, I work on these in 15-minute blocks, usually in the morning when I'm taking that time with God to do my devotions, my prayer. And then what I do is I say, okay, God, I'm in a space where I need time to think. And John Maxwell says, thinking 30 minutes a day is what you need for your business. So this is something that I don't do every day, but it is part of my week. And then I just love the fact that I can rinse and repeat, because no one's going to remember that I did focus in June, or I don't know when it is. But I love it because I have a way of speaking to my ideal client. I know what I want to say. I know what things I want them to understand. And that's when you finding the images that you need and writing the content just becomes really fluid, because it does become a habit. And like I said, it takes your potential clients through a sequence of thoughts with you that helps bring them to the conclusion that you are their person that they want to be with. So you may be thinking, this might be too much. I hope not. Remember, like all good things, it's really not going to happen overnight. And it shouldn't, because you're trying to get really good at creating content. not just simply posting something and hope like throwing spaghetti on the wall that it's going to stick. If it, you follow a strategy, you will be well on your way to becoming a high quality, consistent content creator. Doesn't that sound amazing? I love all those sounds. High quality, consistent content creator. And when you create content, you know that you're providing free and useful information to your audience. You're attracting your potential customers and clients to your website and retaining those existing customers and clients through quality engagement. Ooh, there's something. That means that you're also generating some major ROI for your business. This is a return on investment. There's more that I could really chat about today when it comes to content creation, from how to find great photos to actually a sales funnel structure that I have that goes along with this. I just want you to know that statistically, content marketing is the most successful way for your business to grow. So, doing it well and doing it consistently is really the only way to go. So, if your head is swimming and you need more information, I encourage you to go to my courses at DeneenTB.com and look under Lydia and Rahab to find all the details about how to be the content queen and create those habits so that you will propel your business to the next level. Okay, I got some questions here. It takes a number of times for people to understand. Yes, that's so true, Connie. You can't just say things once and think that they've got it. You've got to say it again and again and again. And the thing is that we think that they're going to get tired of hearing it, but they might only have heard it for the first time. What I love though is that you say it enough. What happens is you start to hear people say it back to you and they're quoting you, and you know that it's gotten into them, and because they've become part of your tribe and they're mirroring and talking back to you exactly what you said to them. I have loved being here today. I'm so glad that you came with me on this journey about 4 key ways for you to really, 4 key areas, I should say, for you to really get consistent in your content creation. If you have any questions, please reach out to me for a clarity conversation. Go to DeneenTB.com, look under those courses, take the quiz. Who's your biblical mentor? And what can she teach you that will help you be consistent in your business? Remember, look under Lydia for content creation, look under Rahab for creating habits after you make those decisions. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. And as always, be filled to overflowing.